think it's going to push us back to the good old boy club.
Some sharp criticism coming from those opposed to the big changes coming to the town of Clarksville in the new year. Good evening. Thanks for joining us here at 5. I'm Isaiah Kim Martinez. Now, WHAS 11 News has learned a newly elected town council majority will be naming a new police chief come their first meeting next Tuesday. WHAS 11's Connor Steffen, senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton, and photojournalist Jessica Farley take a look at the decision and what impact it'll have moving forward.
In the town of Clarksville, the new year means someone new at the helm of the police department.
Yes, it's a bad decision.
Soon to be former Republican town councilman Tim Haber.
Well, I got 3 more days.
Openly condemns the decision to remove Clarksville police chief Mark Palmer from the post he's held for 12 years.
He's brought respect to the community. He's accountability, professionalism.
As does current Republican councilman Bob Stotts.
If you stack up any of their resumes to Mark Palmer's, they're going to lose. Mark Palmer's been there 33 years.
Clarksville Town Council Vice President Karen Henderson told WHAS 11 News the council will name a new chief Tuesday. She says, quote, "This is not a demotion. This is a reappointment which happens when new mayors and councils are elected. We appreciate Mark Palmer's service as chief the last 12 years and are looking forward to a new era." Henderson did not respond to our multiple requests for an interview.
I understand that, but to change something that's working and is good for the town is just nonsensical.
Haber, who lost his re-election in November, and Stotts, who won his election, both questioned the need for reappointment.
I don't have any idea what their thought process would be other than it's a return to good old boy politics. That's about all I can say.
I think it's going to push us back to the good old boy club.
The town council will announce Captain Nathan Walls as their new police chief during their Tuesday meeting. According to the town's website, Walls has been with the department 14 years, most recently as a police captain since July 2022. He couldn't be reached for comment for this story.
It's not right. You know, it's not right.
Stotts questions the council majority's motive for making the move, saying the only reason they've given for Palmer's demotion is questionable hearsay.
You know, I haven't met one person that has a bad thing to say about this guy.
We're called to support our leaders and to pray for our leaders, and yes, I'll support the town leadership. I won't agree with them. I guess we can agree to disagree.
Starting the new year in disagreement. In Clarksville, Connor Steffen, WHAS 11, on your side.
And Chief Mark Palmer declined to comment on the matter. Current Clarksville Town President Ryan Ramsey did not respond to our repeated requests for comment either. Now, the next Clarksville Town Council meeting is next Tuesday night. That's at 7 in the administrative building. And defense attorneys for the first man charged in connection with the death of Bardstown mother Crystal Rogers are asking for a lower bond. Joseph Lawson is charged with tampering with physical evidence and conspiracy to commit murder. In a motion filed yesterday, Lawson's attorneys called his $500,000 bond, quote, excessive and oppressive. They argue because Lawson is a paraplegic and confined to a wheelchair, he can't harm another person and it would be hard for him to flee. Now, in an interview with our Shay McAllister, the attorney for Joseph's father, Steve Lawson, said he believes police have built a case around solicitation.
Do you think that Brooks Houck paid Joseph Lawson to help in the murder of Crystal Rogers?
I think the Commonwealth has been trying to establish that a payment was made. As to who that payment was made to and when it was made, I'm not privy to that information yet.
Attorneys requested his bond be lowered to reflect his socioeconomic status and to allow him to go on home incarceration. Joseph Lawson's next court appearance is set for January 5th. His father is also charged. You just saw him there, Steve Lawson. His next court appearance is January 4th. Brooks Houck is scheduled to be in court on February 8th. He's charged with murder and tampering with physical evidence. A man is in custody tonight after a deadly shooting in Elizabethtown just this week. The shooting happened at 8:30 Wednesday night on Hennon Lane. Elizabethtown police found a woman who had been shot, but she died from her injuries. The Hardin County coroner identified her as 37-year-old Kenyetta McWilliams. Today, police released they arrested 34-year-old Chris Allen Bell Jr. and charged him with murder. He was found on Deepwood Drive, where a brief standoff followed. He's being held on a $1 million bond. Now to an update on a kidnapping in North Carolina with Kentucky ties. The missing teenager has been found, and now a Kentucky man is accused of keeping her locked under a trap door in his bedroom. 34-year-old Zachary Jones was identified by Lincoln County, Kentucky deputies. That's just south of Lexington, 2 hours away from Jefferson County. Police were called to his home on Christmas after his mom called to report a domestic violence situation with his, quote, girlfriend, according to arrest citations. When they searched his home, they found a 16-year-old inside a trap door hidden by a rug in his room. The teenager told police he picked her up from her home in North Carolina and that Jones sexually assaulted her and gave her drugs. He's charged with rape, assault, unlawful imprisonment, and more. The Teamsters Union is responding today after UPS announced they will be laying off workers from the Louisville Centennial Ground Hub. The major impacts will be for the day sort hub. UPS says the closure is due to fewer packages in their network. Now today, the Teamsters Local 89 union leadership released their own statement about the layoffs. They said, quote, currently, Local 89 is not privy to the details of how UPS intends to accomplish this. We are actively investigating the situation and have meetings scheduled with UPS labor management to discuss their plan at length. As always, we intend to enforce our contract and ensure all our members' contractual and legal rights are respected, end quote. The Day Sort Hub will close on February 16th. Taking a look outside now, of course, our weather is the big story heading into New Year's Day and New Year's weekend. More sprinkles possible, so says Christina San Juan, but we know that overall things are pretty good for most people here tonight.
Yeah, it's not horrible, and especially by the time we approach New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, I do think the holiday is going to be spent dry, so that's one good takeaway from that forecast. However, it is going to be cold out there, which is exactly what we're seeing right now, which of course it is the end of December. This is to be expected, but man, we have not even made it out of the 30s at Muhammad Ali International Airport. Temperatures for us just shy of that mark. We're at 39 degrees, and then we're in the middle 30s around E-Town, feeling more like the upper 20s, though, when you factor in that little bit of wind. Now, right now across the radar, we are tracking some activity that's crossing over the Ohio River. It's mainly just coming down as some very cold rain out there, and it is going to be very short-lived as that approaches Valley Station, Shively, and PRP. Elsewhere, we're seeing some rain trying to transition over to that snow around Fort Knox and the Radcliffe area where we just showed you. Temperatures are just slightly above freezing. Not expecting any sort of impacts, though, from anything we do see into tonight or even first thing tomorrow morning, as we could see a brief rain shower around the city. This is around 4 or 5 o'clock, but most of us going to be waking up dry and just plain cloudy. If we do see sunshine tomorrow, it's probably not going to be until about 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, only making it into those 40s. But I'm going to have that full look at your forecast for the holiday weekend coming up in just a bit. Isaiah.